welcome everybody else, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer. We're about to have a very interesting race here at the mountain. Stand by for the action very shortly, qualifying up first.
Alrighty, we're about to get started. Just going to put the messages out there for them to get qualifying ready. Double check we've got a full grid, which I do. Welcome along, everyone. So first up will be a 10-minute qualifying session, 12-minute rather, for the drivers.
And they're all getting out on the track now. I'll switch over for you right now. So welcome along. Welcome along, everybody. My name's Josh. 12 minutes for qualifying has begun. Everybody's gotten out on track very early. And they're going to have to make the most of the 12 minutes I've given them. There's no tyre wear or fuel usage. So everything should be pretty standard amongst the whole field. At the front is Bert. He's made a return also from last year. There's a lot of returning drivers. Bert, right now, top of the grid, but we'll see how it comes through. We've got drivers, we've got a privateer like Bert here, and then we've got drivers representing Race on Oz, the SFR GT Challenge in their various leagues, DNA, TPRT, Rockefeller Racing, and also Race on Oz. And a few of the guys have decided to be very nice. There was no livery restrictions, and some of them have added the Demo 1 logo to their car. So thank you, and a big shout out to everyone that did that. But let's see what happens. It's a long lap. Bert is at the front of the pack. Just bear with me for the opening couple of minutes while I just double check no one's having issues on Discord. Viper Zeb, he's decided to come back in. Don't know if he's got to change tyres. Medium tyres, so yeah, those guys chose the wrong set. Oz, thank you, Ozzy. Part of the Lights at F1 podcast. He's gone along and shared the stream. Part of our F101 race team. So Bert's still at the front. He'll be the first one across the line. This is Hoodie from DNA. Oh, I got on the grass there. Gabbo is in behind him in the BMW. I'm very keen to see the huge list of different cars, which is nice. Autista's gone. There's Bushchook from F101. Oh no, that wasn't a smart move at all, was it? From Autista on a qualifying lap. He tried to get around Bush because he seemed to be a little bit quicker, but that's the risk you take sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, just bear with me through this qualifying. Just getting people sorted on the back end that have the last minute requests. A few AMG Mercedes in the list, but welcome Prince. This is Ming from FN01. This is Saints as well. He joined through FN01. There's Autista. He's managed to find space on the road. Norm. XL, defending champion. And he's coming up quite quick on some of the drivers. His last lap. He hasn't put a time in yet, so let's see what he can put together. He's getting really close to Ming. Through the elbow. And he's going to want to try and find room. So 5th at the moment for XL. 4.5 minutes, about 5 minutes to go. It is Viper Z though, who leads the charge. Let's get a look at the live timing. So best lap, 2 minutes flat almost from Z. Keaton's there just in behind him by 2/10. Norm, and then the first Rockefeller racer, the first American, across the Pacific, 2 minutes 9. Then it's XL, then it's John O'Stan from Race on Oz, and then we've got the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club Autista in the 458 with a 2:01. And we've got a good mix. A lot of AMGs, it's a favourite amongst a lot of people, but there's a decent mix of cars, which is nice to see. And welcome along Chris as well. Now, while we're all sitting here waiting, I would urge everyone, if you haven't already, join the FN01 Discord with me. Oh, he's right at the back of Ming here, Keaton. He got through, I think. Because we can stream on Discord, we're going to probably start doing some special just subscriber or, you know, Twitch, Discord only streams. Won't just be racing, or it'll be, you know, watching a sim race that's going on that I've got to write an article about, or just playing around, doing laps here or laps there. Things I wouldn't really put online, but you can come in, have a chat, jump in with me, just nothing serious. So I would make sure you're with the FN01 Discord for that, so you don't miss out with everything happening there. The link for all that stuff should be in the description of the videos on the Facebook and YouTube side. If you're on Twitch or Mixer and want the link, I'll get someone to chuck you an invite code. But anyway, we're almost at the end of this one, 2.5 minutes. And trust me, the broadcast will get a lot better once I'm not distracted. But let's see what Catch can do on this lap. I know there's probably a few fans of his out there. And he's just in behind DNA Hoodie right now. We will have a guest commentator every now and then. Aussie, I know he's sitting here with me.
Yeah, I'm here, Josh.
Can you see the stream?
Yeah, I'm watching it now with you live.
Awesome. So yeah, that's Aussie. He's one of the other one of the other podcasters on the Lights Out F1 podcast as well. so you might recognise the voice if you listen.
So have we got a full grid? Have we all got the numbers in?
Yeah, there's all 15.
Awesome.
And you can see, I think about a minute and a half to go. Zed's top of the list. Interestingly, Keaton 231 from Race on Oz and Zed, they race together. Keaton usually flies away in those races, but looks like there might be an affinity for Zed with this race and that car on this track. Does he do better? He sets... No, Norm sets a new time. Keaton, does he jump to first? No. Oh, he does, rather. 1:59. He's the first one, I think, under the 2 minutes.
Wow, that's quick.
2 minutes. Almost flat from Zed. Yeah, Keaton 231. Very, very quick driver. Who else have we got to come? Catch. Everybody's making their way through. It's getting quite busy on the top. See Gabbo from TPRT. Oh, who was that? That was Hoodie. This could give Bert a nice little slipstream if he can tuck it right in behind through the elbow, get a good exit. Gabbo also got a good exit. Now a few of the guys, I don't know if they're going in to change tyres or whatnot, but there's no tyre wear or fuel burn in the qualifying. This could be dangerous. No, Bert's done it. Bert looks like he's got full control of that AMG. Now you haven't seen much GT Sport yourself, have you, Oz?
No, this will actually be the very first GT Sport event I've ever been involved with. So when the game first came out, I did, give it a little bit of a play around, but it just never got me. So it's kind of gone by for me. Is there a bit of rain on the radar or what? It looks a bit cloudy out there in the distance.
Yeah, there's no dynamic weather in GT Sport, unfortunately. It's just a cloudy track.
Okay.
So a bit cooler than usual. I kept all the weather conditions and time of day settings secret, so none of them could practice and get used to the track through the week. So catch is done. I think Autista's still... No, he's got the finish. Leading. Little Mac coming around with Ming in behind. Can they improve their position? 11th and 13th respectively. He can't quite do it. I think they've all done their best times. It was a PB, that lap. Banana looks like he's had issues. Welcome everybody. Josh is here. Ryan. Oh, we're going to let her rip Tater Chip. Don't you worry about that, Ryan. Banana, we are having a break. We've got a couple of minutes before start time. So the race actually starts at 10:30. Just giving the guys a little bit of time to sort themselves out. Me to sort myself out as well in case there was any questions from the crew in the lobbies, and then we will get the race underway. But I think that was fairly good. There's your results. The only one to get outside of 2 minutes was Keaton 231. Okay, no, I thought... Alright, I didn't... Oh, it's... I've put it on... There you go. I forgot. I thought I could control when the race started. I guess I can't. Like I said, I never organise races, so this is the first time I've done a lot of it. Anyway, there's no break.
Alright, so is it a one lap formation lap or?
No, just a rolling start. So let's see what happens. Sounds like a Formula 1 car behind me on the highway. So this will keep them all nicely spread even. Keaton will take the field up to the first turn. Got absolutely no competition just yet. But everybody else will get themselves sorted. Catch there in the 6th position. Gabbo also. Interesting to see some of these guys so far down the order. We don't usually... Oh no, Chook's already had an issue. I wonder if... What happened to him? He didn't get a little punt by Ming, did he? This is off the start. Look at him behind. There's a big gap between him and Ming. Autista was stuck, but he looks like he got going.
No, he just totally missed his breaking point, I think.
Yeah, I think he did. Paul, it's as many laps as they can wrangle together in 2 hours. So there's on the right-hand side, you can see the timer counting down. And then when they get to their 2-hour mark, whoever crosses the line first is the 2nd annual winner.
I just shared this around a bit and I said, what better way to spend 2 hours on a lazy Sunday morning than, watch a few GT3 cars around the mountain.
You're not wrong at all. It's going to get quite busy in this midfield. Keaton's going to run away with it. Just a reminder of the strategy. They've got to use all 3 compounds at least once through this race. So there could be some drivers starting on a harder compound. But you can see Zen and Viper Z right now. Okay,
so what we're saying there is there's a minimum of 2 stops.
I would think so. We're going to have to restart. I think someone's had an issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is going to delay the start. Sorry about that. I didn't realise I think Autista got stuck. That's why we saw him. So I'll have to do the grid automatically. So
have you got a screenshot of it?
I will have one on the stream. I'll just go back and grab it. Sorry about that, guys. It's I don't know what happened there. It's just one of those ongoing issues with GT Sport that, unfortunately, has yet to be fixed. Anyway, we'll get this one starting again.
So we're setting a manual grid now, right?
Yeah, we'll have to do it manually, unfortunately.
Okay.
Just gotta. I can't remember where they're. Like I said, I don't do events often, so I'm not very familiar with this menu setting. There's a part in it somewhere where it says racing.
Give us a yell in the chat if anyone knows.
Oh, I'm blind as a. Oh, it's over here. Practice race. That's what it'll have to be. And then the grid will be set by me as well.
Set by host up the top there, buddy.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, guys, so when Josh says he doesn't do a lot of events, he doesn't mean he doesn't do a lot of events, he just doesn't host too many.
No, I'm usually just a commentator, so...
Yeah, he commentates a lot of events. Hit like and subscribe on his page and you'll never miss them.
Now, anyone in chat, how do we set this manually? I never worked this one out. Or did I do it over here?
I'm sorry, I can't help you because I've never, as I said, I don't.
You're right. I'll grab the screenshot and I'll figure it out. One of the guys, race setting menu, change grid order. There it is. All right, I'll grab the list order and we'll get this one restarted. So this is the stuff that goes on behind the scenes when I'm not hosting. Sometimes when we have issues, so you can see it can take a little while to sort of work out. A little bit disappointed that happened, but like I said, It's just sim racing sometimes. It's good too. We had a pretty decent start, but that'll give some of the guys a bit of a restart opportunity, I think. Who was it that went wide, turn 1?
That was Bushchook.
It was Bushchook, wasn't it?
Right. Well, it looks like the AMG is definitely the car of choice around here.
AMG's always a choice in GT Sport. I don't know why. Everybody likes that car. So
Maybe it's the best balanced one.
I think it is. Plus, it's everyone is sort of used it the first time they go out. So
Someone just pointed out you've got it set for 40 laps, not 2 hours.
that's all right. Where is I've lost some drivers. Edit event settings, 40 laps. Oh yeah. Why can't we do? I must have to do practice endurance race. There we go.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Anyway, there's no better way to learn than to do it on the fly.
On the live stream.
Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. It's not my normal quality. I'm usually pride myself with having a lot better. I need everyone to enter too, so they're getting there.
Oh, did you have to set a whole new lobby?
Pretty much. So just waiting. Have I got all 15 back? I need 2 more. I'm missing 2. I don't know where they went.
We'll put it in Discord too. Channel GT Sport.
Just trying to find out where our drivers went. I know who was here. Ming's still here. Keenan's here. Zed is back. And Jono Stan left. No, he's back. Come on, guys. I can't do it unless you're all in the room. Okay, they're all back. Alright, let's set this grid.
Okay, we got up now? Okay, good.
So, Keaton on top. Then it was Viper Z in second in the Supra. And it's Norman XL. Jono stand and catch. Bert, Gabbo and Hoodie. So Bert, Gabbo, Hoodie, nice. Autista, Mac, Chook. So Autista, Mac, Bushchook, Ming, Saints, and Banana. Mac Chook Ming, Saints Banana. Alrighty.
Grid is set.
It should be the grid, yes. Alright, just check sure they're all there. So we've only got one more time. One more red if we need it. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's get this one started.
Alright, well, we're only 8 minutes delay there. That's not too bad, guys.
Restart. Grid order is right. Yep. Restart. Just want to double triple check. Yep. Race settings. Race start. Start the race. You know what? I will check the grid one more time. Nataku. It's not a bad bit of advice. And conveniently lost the screen that had it all.
Oh no.
This is probably why I don't do a lot of events. It's just one of those things. Alright, checking the grid. Should be Keenan Z Norm, XL, Jono Stan, Catch, Bert, Gabbo, Hoodie, Autista, Little Mac, Chook, Ming, Saint Hemic. Alright, yep. Here we go! So sorry about that delay. But it won't happen again. Well, we've only got one more time to do it. Like I said, 2 hours. Some of these guys are up early. And I don't want to keep them waiting much longer than I have to. But everybody gets a second chance. Yeah, like I said, only 9 minutes late from the scheduled time. So I did it a lot quicker than what F1 did when they had issues. And they had,
Yeah.
and they had to cut their race down by 25%.
And it was already only a bloody 50% race. No, 25% race, and they cut it down to... Was it a 50% race that they cut down to 25%?
It was only 50 and then they cut it to 25, which made it like 14 laps.
It's terrible.
It's just a sprint race. But good luck. And again, apologies, but let's get this one started.
Here we go.
There's the race. Keenan up into the first turn with Zed giving chase. The rest of the field, we're going to watch this midfield quite intently today because they got quite close when we hit the top of that mountain. Which everybody through the first turn. Oh, he's done it this time. There's Ming, Saints. We had all 15 starts, so I don't think there's an issue now. But you can see Keaton rockets ahead of the rest of the field. The gap almost up to a second. He's going to fly away pretty damn quickly.
A bit wide there.
Oh yeah, a lot of the cars getting wide. Just as a matter of curiosity, Aussie, how close to what I'm saying are you watching it on Discord?
I think we're very close. Like, let me tell you, like right now he's just coming up. McPhillamy, there's the great.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead on live. So that's good.
Coming into the dipper now from that lot right there. Yep, into the dipper. Yeah, so we're watching it together.
That's good. This is in behind Jono Stan.
Yep.
You can see the gap between him and Catch sort of building.
Ooh.
Very tight through that elbow section.
It's one of the hardest corners on the track, I tell you. I mean, I don't know the game very well, but I know the track very well, and I've done a couple of Enduros myself now on iRacing here, so I'm no newbie to Enduros on Bathurst, and I can tell you, Forest Elbow is one of the hardest corners on the track to get right.
Can be pretty hard. This is Chook, right up behind Little Mac. Two drivers that have never raced each other. One
Great
from
run.
Black Dragon,
Ooh.
one from Ming, one from FNO1. And Chook's done a
nicely
great
done.
job of that. Oh, Ming. Oh, I thought he was about to do the old Jimmer Punteroonie.
He just pulled it up, didn't he?
Yeah, the Mustang did just pull up in time. Very lucky there indeed.
Ooh, he's coming in the pits already, one of them.
I think he's getting rid of some tyres. Like I said, he's gotten rid of his hard compounds. So, yeah, all the drivers have to use the compounds once. Hard, medium, soft.
Okay, so he's really going for the strategic play.
So he'll want to run. He didn't take any fuel, interestingly. He still even came out ahead of Hammock there. So I think Hammock and Ming. Why is he going so slow? Thank you, Paul Cox, as well, for following on Twitch. You must have had an issue coming into the last turn.
Yeah, they must have lost it or done something. They weren't even that close together, I don't think.
No, so there was something's going on there. But Keaton really under the pump straight away from Zed.
Nice. Looks like at least we've got a race on our hands. I thought from what you were saying, Keaton was just going to run away with it, but Zed seems to be keeping up with him here, which is nice.
Yeah, I think Zed will. So both using the soft tyre compound, as you can see. Bottom left of your screen, everyone. The RS stands for Racing Soft. And the red is how used the tyre is. Mediums for Jono Stan, who's back in the final podium spot. Slower tyre as well. XL's done the same thing. So is Norm. Interestingly, all from Race on Oz, so they're sharing strategy. Soft tyre for Catch. He's from Rockefeller Racing, from over the Pacific, over in the States. Soft as well for Bert, our privateer driver, who's also come back for his second run this year. It's getting quite close up between Catch. Look at this midfield part. Lots of action happening there. No one deciding to flick into the pits just yet on the medium, so they're going to probably run these until they have to refuel, I'd imagine. Soft also for Gabbo. Bert went a little bit wide. Bautista. We've got a medium tyre runner in. It's DNA Hoodie. So he's straight from mediums to hards, out in behind Bushchook. And Bushchook's on softs. Then it's Hoodie, it's gone hards. Saints, Hammock. And there's another driver also coming out early, Little Mac. He got rid of whatever compound he was on just then. And he's now dragging it right next to Banana Hammock.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
Oh no.
Oh!
Saw that coming. Banana. That wasn't very smart, I must admit. He's now stuck going the wrong way. He will take a bit of damage from that, light damage, so his car's going to be down on power for about half the lap. Mechanical, if it was heavy damage, he would have had to come into the pit, but the light damage, he'll be penalised for the accident. And right at the back of the grid, let's just double check how that unfolded for him. This was his onboard. Boom! Clip that indeed. Thank you, Axel. He had the inside line. Oh, he just tagged that grass
a little bit. He just went in just a bit too hot. Like, he felt like he had the run there, but it was too tight.
Oh no, he's had another spin. He's not having a good day, Banana, at all. That is a shame.
That's a terrible start.
He needs to just slow down. There'll be rubbish all over those tyres. So he just needs to clear them. His grip will be down, but he'll be able to come back and hopefully fight for a position off the bottom. But it is these two who have been the standouts very early on. Keaton and Zed. One in the McLaren, one in the Toyota GT3.
It's nice that we've got two manufacturers as well.
It is, yeah. The AMG is a popular car in GT Sport, so I'm not surprised half the field is filled with one, but there are a few different cars amongst us. This is where the main action's happening, which is nice. We've got about 7 cars amongst it. XL leads this group.
You can all see it there, guys. That's 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th just a tad behind. So, as Josh said, it's going to be a great little tussle here. These guys need to remember that this is a 2-hour race, not a 20-lapper.
Yeah, 20-lap race, you'd be expecting them to make some dives and some moves and a little bit more contact. But an endurance race, you want to really be sort of just be patient and work up to it. Because you saw what happens even when you think you've got it, it happened to choke.
Well, as you know, Josh, this is one of those tracks that you don't really get a second chance, mate. It bites you hard.
It does. And yeah, we will be running a Bathurst 120 on a set of Corsa Competizione. So if anybody out there has a PC and wants to get involved in the FNL1 ACC 120, keep your eyes out on FNL1 eSports and Demo 1, because we're definitely going to be organising something.
100%, and you'll always see our Discord invites, our links to our pages, everything we post, it's always there. So jump in, guys. Our numbers are really growing. We're getting a good pool of drivers. It's exciting times ahead.
Getting close to like 200 drivers now that have signed up for various different things.
I think we're at about 150. I think we are when I had a look this morning. So yeah, we're getting a good pool of drivers now.
Paul Cox says he's looking forward to ACC coming to console. I was a bit surprised about that release, but it's good news for the console users out there, because I can understand why you want to be a console sim driver. There's less to worry about at the end of the day. Just plug it in and away you go. What's this stuff? This is very interesting. These guys, there's not much that can separate them right now.
I can't see it here, Josh, but are all these guys in the mid-close pack here all on the same tyre?
Yeah, all these guys are running softs. I think the only one not was John O'Stan. We'll just double check that for you in a moment. But yeah, pretty much this whole field running softs right now, because it's the faster tyre. And yeah, it's just one of those things in GT Sport. Everybody just wants to be on the faster tyre. Anthony Summers is following. Welcome along, Anthony.
I'm a little bit surprised, actually, that a few of these guys didn't try an alternate strategy, being a 2-hour race. I don't know if it's the mentality that they're just used to doing sprint races and they just went for the quickest tyre to begin with, or
it's just the GT Sport. This is normal for GT Sport, I'd say.
Okay.
Like strategy, I always find, I don't think the hard and mediums, like they're that much slower over a race, that the fastest guys, which is pretty much everybody here, will want to be on that soft tyre regardless. They don't lose enough time in the pits to warrant a long stint on the hard, maybe on the medium, but if they can get away with racing the soft tyre as much as possible, they will. It's it's an interesting one. I'm not sure why it's like that on this game, but yeah, on any other sim, you would probably have a plethora of different strats, and sometimes the track as well on GT Sport and the time in the pits can determine if the harder compound's worth using. Ulysses Martinez, welcome.
It'll come down to the fall off then, I guess. See how long they last, these softs.
Yeah, well, the soft tyre, the wear at the moment is set to 2 times. So that basically means every lap's worth 2, and the fuel is worth 4. So this is modelled after the 6-hour event. TPRT Formula, welcome from Twitch. Ryan said the pit delta stupid fast at Bathurst. It's easy to stay on the faster tyre, change them and get back out. Yeah, it's usually the pit deltas that determine compound usage here in GT Sport.
I did notice that the tyre change was very quick for those couple of early guys who pitted. Like they were just in and out, almost like a Formula 1 pit stop.
It was. Derek Solid, thank you for liking. Yeah, it's all automated. There's you don't see the car drive down the pit and then drive out of the pit box. It's just automated. It just happens in this game. So it's simplified. Ulumine followed as well. Welcome along to the crew. Have we got a very interesting one for you? Let's check in with the front guys. Let's see what anyone does here, though. I don't think any... Oh, we've had one in. Somebody went in. That was XL. So he's getting rid of that medium. And Hector, welcome. Thank you for subscribing there, sir. It's good to see all the new faces enjoying tonight's event. Mitch Boss as well has gone ahead and liked the stream, and it's getting quite busy. XL's now at the back of this pack as he went in and out of the... you can see that pit delta. It was in and out very quickly. Went from 3rd to 9th, but he's still within the slipstream range of these drivers now.
There we go. Someone's commented there. I can't see the name just on the stream. It's not clear enough, but roughly 3.5 to 4 seconds for tyres only. So yeah, that's like virtually not really a pit stop almost, is it? You're not losing much time. So there you go. That's why they all do it. I mean, if we're talking on ACC and iRacing, you're talking probably 30 to 50 seconds for a pit stop.
Yeah, exactly. And that was very close, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd really like to see GT Sport do the pit stops like every other racing title does. I don't know what their decision was to do that, but yeah, it's because it would help mix up the strategy a bit. But
100%, especially in these enduros.
It is how it is, and I don't know. We'll work on with it. The game is 2 years old now, so I don't see anything changing from here on in. But it is what it is.
Oh no, they'll probably have a new title coming out soon. You'd have to think, wouldn't you? Or a new edition.
Tyson Scully, thank you for liking. Well, yeah, there's talk of Gran Turismo 7 coming out with the PS5.
Yeah, for the new generation.
We've got the fuel burn rate at 4. The tyre burn is 2.
These guys are very closely matched, aren't they? From 3rd all the way down to 9th, pretty much.
Yeah, I was expecting this because a lot of these guys here are in the top of their leagues. Race on Oz, SFR, even just those 2 leagues. They've got some of the fastest drivers in their regions, Australia and North and South America. But yeah, it's good to see Bert. He was just a privateer last year. He's from Germany, and yeah, I'm not sure what his pace was like, but he's able to keep it with the best of them. So I'm very impressed.
What's the time in Germany now? It must be just after midnight sometime, or very early in the morning.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculously early.
1:55 a.m. right now in Germany.
Sorry, he's not from Germany. That's a Belgium flag.
Oh, okay. Well, it wouldn't be much difference, I tell you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do. I had a feeling since I said it, I got it wrong.
Okay, well, it's the same time as Germany and Belgium as well. So there you go, guys. That's dedication.
Yeah.
2 a.m. in the morning, and here he is fanging around Bathurst.
Yeah, and he's been asking me since the start of the year, because we did this event in February last year. He said, when are you doing the 120 again? I want to know. So he's been a dedicated supporter of Demo 1 for a long, long time. And he's definitely been practicing that in those years, because he's keeping it with the best. And there's an overtake just in behind. XL moving forward. He got it done. Ooh. So good to see. Overtake's happening now. We're 8 laps in. We're about 15 minutes into this race. Jono Stan.
He got rid of his softs, didn't he? Wasn't it XL that went into the pits just a lap or two ago?
It was indeed. Jono Stan's in. Gabo and Catch are in from the softs as well. So he's taking to the hard tyre. Catch, did he change tyres? Let's have a look. Soft, he went straight back to soft. And so did Gabo, so they didn't change anything up there, but they fell way behind, so there must have been a fuel stop as well for these boys. And XL though, he's on a bit of a charge. He's stuck in behind Bert right now. And XL is the defending champion, winning it in 2019. He's going to want it. He's here to try and make it 2 from 2. He's got quite a task ahead of him. He's got the gap built behind, but it's Bert right now holding him up. Oh no! How did he squeeze it in there at McPhillamy?
Oh no! That's brave going through there like that. Wow!
Incredible bit of overtake. Cody Thompson, welcome. Just check out the onboard. I don't know where he found the room for this. Slots it up the inside. Senna would be proud of that one.
Wow. That's ballsy. Don't know how they managed to get through there all clean.
He did well though. And he's right up now on the clacker of Norm XC, also from the same league, Race on Oz. Anthony Mark Mules here as well. Thank you very much, bro. He's chucked in, he's hit the like button. Nathan Smith is now following. Welcome along, Nathan. Good to have all the new faces. Jono stands in. He was on that hard tyre. He ran a few laps there. Is he going to take fuel? Ander, welcome along. From Ander Rivera. Soft tyre for Jono. Now in 10th place. Sorry, 9th place. 10th is Hoodie. Back up the front though, we haven't seen much. The gap's grown, hasn't it? Keaton now 4 or 5 seconds away from Zed. I don't know if there was an incident somewhere.
Either his tyres might be falling away or he might have made a mistake somewhere, because he was definitely lost a lot of ground there.
His last lap at 2:03, Keenan's at 2:02, so he's not too far off his pace, but enough. Look at those back tyres on that McLaren. Almost half gone. That's the graphic Formula 1 tried to emulate last year at Suzuka. What GT Sports got here. Do you remember that? When we were
talking about the tyre wear?
Yeah, in Formula 1. Remember that?
Oh, they did in a few of the races, yeah, and it was doing my head in.
This is what they were trying to do. And you can see Zed's all 4 tyres are wearing a little bit more evenly, but his front tyre's quicker.
But that's what I was saying to you in the podcast back then. I mean, this is all data related, you know, like that's a direct correlation to his actual car. You can't have that in the real life.
No.
Anyway, we've been there and discussed that. That was a silly idea.
It was, but yeah, it's just like this is it. This is a situation where it works.
Exactly.
Yeah. So XL's now up to 3rd. His gap between him and 2nd is 9.8 seconds. And Keaton, the race leader, into the pit lane for the first time.
Here we go.
Viper Z has reacted.
No, he's getting some fuel as well.
He is. Where's XL? XL coming across the start-finish line now. He's probably going to see the race leader pop out ahead of him. Oh, they're right side by side. This is insane. Different strategy from XL means he might take the race lead here. This is...
Oh, now here we go into turn 2. I mean, XL's got the hotter tyres. Well done.
He's done it. XL's taken the lead of this race. And Keaton, who went in for fuel and tyres, lost out.
Well, this should be very interesting now.
So it looks like the overcut sort of worked there.
The undercut.
Sorry, undercut. Even though I've been watching motorsport for a ridiculous amount of years, I still get the undercut and the overcut mixed up. I don't know why, I just do. Prince wants a montage with the best overtakes. Well, I'll try do it. I'll try and do it for you after the race. Sorry, I've not been watching my chat screen very much. I got so preoccupied trying to set this grid, I totally forgot to talk back to everyone.
I'm trying to help you, but I can't really see the names. Just with the quality through the Discord, the blue names are a bit fuzzy. I can't read that. I can read the comments, but...
It's alright. Do you want the link?
Yeah, it'll probably make it easier.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Sorry, I've only just opened it up myself. Chris said he's got the popcorn there ready. Stephen Nelson, good luck Roosers, Race on Ozzers. Aaron Ryan's here. Nick Tomores, an iRacing 120. Hey, that's not a bad idea at all, Nick. We could definitely try and sort something out there.
Yeah, with iRacing, I mean, they do have their official 6-hour event in October sometime, but yeah, we could definitely do something if we had enough guys and interest in it.
As long as you're, the best place to be is in the FNO1 Discord, because that way we can organise all the drivers, get in contact with you easily. You're in the one place. And there's a whole bunch of other sim drivers from all different sims out there, so it's a really good spot to just organise something for yourself if you need drivers.
We've got guys.
Got a massive growing list. It's a resource that everyone's free to use. You just got to hit the link and join up, and that's it. You're open up to a whole new world. And we keep the community pretty... they're a good bunch of guys. If anyone's out of line or, starts just being toxic, as they say, we're trying to talk to them and get things sorted. But if they're just there to cause trouble, they don't stick around very long. So it's a good community. Here we go. This one's starting to hype up, right up behind Autista. He's from the Puerto Rican e-racing club. He's looking for a way through.
Just be patient, son. Be patient.
Jono's in the top splits in Australia for the FIA events. He'll
got that done.
Good little overtake.
Oh, nearly got his nose chopped there.
He'll take it. Oh, Banana's getting lapped now.
Yeah, he had a terrible start to the race, didn't he? Those first 2 laps.
Dude, that's going to be a long hour and a half.
Oh, the McLaren nearly lost it there in the last turn.
The Ferrari?
Oh, sorry, I thought that was the McLaren, the yellow one. Yeah,
that's
the
my
Ferrari.
458 that I use. That's apparently one of the harder cars to drive. So everyone gives me a little bit of a break when I don't perform too well in that car. Even the top guys say it's a hard one. Derek,
he's got that done again too into turn 2, so he's got the pass done. He's up into 6th now, so he's going pretty good. Jono, that fresh tyres, done the trick for him. He's coming through.
Let's take a quick look. Oh, it was before that. This is the replay function I'd like in F1 2020, please. Up we go, side by side. Yeah, good move. I missed that. I was looking at a different screen, but Woolsey's my second pair of eyes today. Hashtag eat, sleep, race, repeat. You could probably add overtake to that as well. Anthony, BOP is just the default BOP. I know it's not the most perfect BOP at the moment, but I'm not very good at getting things to be equal, so it's just easier for me to go with the default BOP.
If you're going to start messing around with BOPs, you got to really get it spot on. And
yeah. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, well, it's not a demo 1 Discord. It's a shared Discord between FNL1 and Demo 1, but it is called the FNL1 Discord, but we've got our own little section there.
Well, Demo 1 and FNL1, we're pretty much partners now, guys, so we're going in the same direction together, so we're getting all our pool of drivers in the one place, we're doing all our events together. We brought this to you today. We'll just be growing from here on in. Like, we're doing GT Sport, we're doing F1, we're doing F2s. We've got ACC tonight for you guys out there, so after you have a bit of a break after this race, we've got some more great racing coming tonight to you. And we do iRacing, we do it all.
We do. And the more drivers we have, the more events we can put on. And
Exactly.
if I'm available, I can possibly get the race broadcast as well. Because, a bit of a tag on the wall. But XL's leading this race. I don't know when he got that overtake done, but it's good to see. And we've now got a fight for first place with 4 cars. This is very interesting how the strategies have worked out. And not surprisingly, these top 4 race on Oz drivers. So they all know the same strategy, or they probably know each other's driving abilities fairly well. They drive each other every week. This is going to be very interesting. Can anyone catch them?
Well, for the first half an hour, it was all about the midfield pack, but right now, it's all bunched up at the front. This is great.
It's turned into be an exciting battle. Strategy will come into it a little bit. Keaton tried to show the nose.
Well, he's on much fresher tyres than XL, so he's probably getting in the groove now and thinking it's time to move on.
He's got a lot of competition in behind. Norm might get the run on him in the Jag. Not yet. Into the first turn. I must say, for a console game, GT Sport does look spectacular.
Oh, without doubt, it's the best looking game on console.
Tuning's not on Anthony, so there's none of that either. Yeah, famous Gillies. He was saying John O'Stan and company took their time to get the BOP right for the WET series with Race on Oz. I know they've got their own set BOP, but I'm just not good at figuring out those numbers. I don't know. It seems like
leave yourself open to dramas and arguments too, with guys saying, I was ripped off if you don't get it right.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'd make mistakes.
Oh, here we go. Keaton's really up his. Well, to hold on to it there, XL.
That was a very close call. He's held it though. XL's doing well. These guys are going so fast through the top of the mountain. Right now, XL leads the pack. This is Norm. As you can see, they're slipstreaming each other. They're not really catching up to each other down the straight. He's had to sort of park the car in the middle there. Keaton tries to go around, bit of a tap.
That was close. That was well done, both drivers.
He's getting very, very busy. Somehow Keaton's come out ahead. Well done to Keaton there. I don't know how he pulled that off.
Yeah, I think XL gave him just enough room as well, as much as he could, so it was good driving from him as well, I have to admit. I mean, they could have both ended up in the kitty litter there.
Just a small touch. And then we came around. He was on the outside line and he had the pace. So we're back to normal conditions with Keaton leading. But Zed gets a move.
Well, he's seen Keaton go for it now, so he's thinking he's going to have to get a hurry on too, otherwise he's going to be stuck here while Keaton just romps away.
And 25% done. We are done. That was the first 30 minutes. It's flown by. We've seen a few changes for compounds early on. Some of the guys only taking 1 or 2 laps on the harder compounds. Sister's up to 6th. He's got Gabbo right with him too, so these guys do race together as well. See where the rest of the field's at. Catches down in 8th place. There's Bert from Belgium. DNA.
These guys all seem to be pretty well spread out at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, down the back end they are. There's Saints in 12th. Chook in the FNL1 car. Ming. I think these guys made these liveries too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And then the flashy pink and gold of Banana Hammock. And it's I do give him a bit of props for continuing on though, because he had a bad start. Well, Zed's now screamed ahead of XL and Norm.
Well, there's XL coming, both of them coming into the pits. Okay, so we're definitely going to be having more than 2 tyre stops here, because here we are, 33 minutes into the race, and this is the second stop already for XL.
They need fuel too. Long hold there for XL Norm, and Gabbo's decided to pop in. He's got 6% more in the fuel tank. So he waits for his crew to get things together. Bert comes around the start finish, and he inherits 6th. Gabbo's out in 7th. He somehow got ahead of XL and Co there. So let's have a look. I don't know if XL in that went full tank. Hard tyres now for XL. Full tank of fuel. No, Gabbo only went half. So he's actually going to probably hold them up, and that's not going to work in XL's favour here at all. Or Norm. They were probably expecting to get a free run when they came out. Because Gabbo's decided to go the softer compound and only half a tank of fuel, he's come out ahead. So I don't know how much this is going to slow the times down for XL and Norm. Their last lap time's not indicative of their proper pace, because they were in the pits that lap. He's also on the hard tyre, XL. Norm's also chosen the hard tyre, so yeah, they're clearly practiced together and they're on the exact same strat. And I know they were working on it through the week. So back up the front, medium tyres for Keaton now. And he leads this one comfortably over Zed, who's on soft tyres.
Well, Zed's keeping him honest. He's there. You know, if Keaton makes a mistake, he will bounce.
Keaton's also got more fuel. And Zed, he's only got just under 25% left in the fuel tank. But the soft tyres, they don't last as long, so he'll probably come in the same time Keaton does to probably swap out the mediums. We'll have to wait and see though. It's all an unknown right now. Similar situation with Jono. That fuel tank's almost empty. Here's Autista from the PREC as well. It's good to see him representing my favourite kart, because I never get to see it raced by anyone else but myself. And I don't know why we got the 458 in GT Sport, not the 488, which is in every other game, but there you go.
Might have been some sort of an exclusive deal or something that Sony did.
Possibly. So Catch, he took the medium tyre and he's got no fuel in that tank. Look, it's flashing red. So I look like he's only going for 1 lap on the mediums. Doesn't want to run them long. So he's worked out just enough fuel to get him through the end of this lap. But he is cutting things close. Bert's on the soft. Gabbo down in 7th.
I think Bert's playing the long game here. He knows he's not quite as quick as the other guys up front in 1 lap pace, so I think he's just playing the long and steady game for a solid finish, I think.
Yeah, what's really interesting actually is just how spread out the strategy calls are. We've seen a few guys follow each other in, but like it's really spread out the field with the different calls and compounds they've made, the choice to fuel or not. Because Gabbo's made a big distance now on XL because he's on that quicker tyre. He's got a lighter car.
I've just seen in the chat, Eddie, your normal co-commentator has chimed in and said, what the FNL1 boys lack in pace, they sure have in liveries.
They definitely do.
Yeah, well, this isn't really their game, you know. They're normally the F1 drivers Friday nights. They thought, you know, we'll have a crack, and good on them. They're having a go. They're still in it.
They are. There he is, Banana. So Keaton leads this one. Let's get an update on his gap. 4.3 on Jono Stan. So Zed has gone in and had another pit stop. So yeah, it's just, I'm very intrigued at how this field keeps swapping and changing so drastically from front battles at the front to the midfield being spread out to it then being all condensed again.
I like it. I like this strategy play. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed when you said to me that there wasn't really going to be too much strategy because the way the tyre changes are and so forth, but it seems to have played out a little bit differently, so it's good.
Yeah, well, that's why I forced the condition to use all 3 compounds. I could have made them use all 4. XX, IVX, CX, that's a number in Roman numerals, but I can't remember my Roman numerals. But welcome along. Yeah, so if you force them, because I've noticed with the GT Sport World Tour events, they force them to use compound tyres in their sprint races, and it does mix it up. So I thought I'll do the same thing in the endurance race, and hopefully we'll get a similar result. And it seems to be working out. Things are getting
fast guys are having to work for it, even, you know, if they are clearly faster, but they're having to fall back behind them past some of the slower guys, so it's going to be very interesting to the end this, I think.
Yeah, Stan and Zed are in, getting rid of their tyres and taking fuel. Catch is going to need to fill up this lap. Does Hoodie know that though? Does he just stay patient? Matthew Richards is following. Welcome along, Matt. Good to have you with us. We're just waiting to see the end result of this one. 40 minutes into this race.
He's still not coming in. Didn't you say Catch's fuel tank was flashing at him?
Well, I don't know if he's noticed. Let's have a look.
Yeah, is he forgot to fuel up? Oh no, he's been in.
He did that without me noticing.
Okay, I'm surprised how long he was staying out there with that fuel tank flashing.
No, he's got full tank and new tyres. I didn't even see him do that. They sometimes sneak in.
Yeah.
And now you can see the field's starting to get compressed once again. This is what happens.
Guys, if you're all enjoying this type of racing, don't forget tonight, 7:30 p.m. Sydney time. We'll be doing this again in ACC. We have 2 30-minute sprint races tonight. Reverse grid on the second, and it'll be Josh's first real stream at it too. So
it will be. I'm excited.
Pumped for it. Yeah, I think we've got about almost 20 guys on the grid for tonight. I think so. It's looking good.
Can you hear that mower out the backyard on stream?
I can't hear it now. I'm hearing the crackling of the cars.
It's a bit frustrating.
Oh, it's Sunday, mate. Let him mow his lawns.
I think it's the council, because I've got all this council land that surrounds my block, so they've got to keep it mowed. Because the guy that lived here before me didn't get on their asses about it, and it was very long, and since I moved in, I've been on them every other week. So they've been doing their job, which is good. This is John O'Stan. He's coming up on 3rd place Autista now. Now let's have a look at Autista's situation. He's only got half a tank of fuel, but new tyres, so I think he'll be running a full stint on this compound. And there's Gabbo just in the background. You can see he's starting to catch up. They've inherited 2nd place, so got a driver in the pits as we go around. It was Zed. Looks like he's gotten rid of his hard tyres. He's got 60% of the fuel tank filled up. He's come out just ahead of XL. So again, different. The fuel calls are really changing things up more than anything, actually. And I'm not always a fan of fuel saving races, but being an endurance race, they're gonna have to fill up. They're gonna have to fill up at some point. But yeah, the fuel here more than anything, I think, is really mixing it up. And when they're deciding to take those harder compounds and tick them off their requirement list. Now, here we go. Bit of action starting to form at McPhillamy. Bautista right now just keeping cool, calm and collected the best he possibly can as they squirm their way back down the mountain again. It's a very tricky section through here.
He's very quick in the Red Bull car, isn't he? Oh, you guys look at on his tail.
Yeah, Jono
Get a nice run out here.
Good through the elbow. Both did that perfectly, actually.
I think he's the only V-dub in the race.
He is. Jono pretty much exclusively drives that car, like I drive the one Bautista in front of us is driving. He's looking for space.
Ooh.
He found it. I think he tagged the grass as well into the braking zone. And Jono Stan's won that one. Keaton, the race leader, in. He was on the medium tyre. He's out, coming out of the McLaren. Got some back markers now ahead of him. So they'll have to adhere to the blue flag rules. And the back markers aren't ghosted in this event. So I want them to work at it. So as you can see, some traffic now for Keaton to deal with. So the drivers will see the blue flag, and Ming's done the right thing there. The overtake's happened, and Bautista's trying to get back at him for it. He hasn't let Jono Stan run away. He's keeping tight formation at the moment as we start to climb the mountain now on the 22nd lap. Gabbo, just in the background in that BMW. He's anticipating getting amongst it all very shortly. Hopefully I can show you guys some footage of the first part of the race. Just testing something out today, so we'll see if it works or not. But at the moment, I think, Jono's got the edge over Bautista down the mountain here. Because the gap's growing.
Colin is asking what their relative fuel is. Does he mean the litres? Who's he referring to?
Colin? You can have a look. Hard tyre compound for Keaton.
Quarter of a tank.
Quarter left. Yep, not surprising. One lap on the hards. That's all they needed to do.
Like you said, these guys have put the time and effort in. They know that that's not the right tyre, so they're just getting rid of it.
Cheers, guys, for today's entertainment.
Chris Brown's donated $20 over on the YouTube. Thank you very much, sir. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I do pride myself on trying to make exciting races, not just putting on races for the sake of it. Keaton out in the front. He's maintained the lead over Jono Stan, and he even managed to get a bit of a top up.
Once again, Jono's on the warmer tyres here. He's going to have a run into turn 2, not quite.
I don't think he's going to get it here, but he should be able to pressurise Keaton.
And he's very quick across the top of the mountain too, Jono, so...
He is. Problem with Keaton is he rarely makes a mistake, so... Oh, he's going to try to squeeze it.
Oh, no.
That was adventurous.
Yes.
Bautista also on the soft tyre, and his fuel there for you, Colin. And that's Gabbo. And finish off the top 5. There's Zed, he's got half a tank. So, yeah, all different strategies all the way through the top 5. And says, in the difficult days, sim racing has been pretty helpful to many people, and thanks, Josh, for putting up a great show and keeping us entertained. My pleasure, and I'd have to big shout out to Aussie who just joined me last minute to help me in the comm box. But this is what I love, and it's what we love actually, is sim racing and esports.
We do. We love it. It is our hobby, and we bring it out into the world as much as we can. And it's not really work when you're just doing it for fun, is it? And you enjoy it.
Exactly. Jono Stan goes for a move.
There we go. That's a nice move.
Just clean as, and tick that one off the bucket list because Jono's made an overtake on Keaton. He's an alien in GT Sport, and that's a big feat. So Jono Stan is a quick driver. He looks like he's trying to get the hustle on him, build a bit of a gap.
Herbie Power.
Feklis. Yeah, I can never say your name right, Colin. Feklis. Keaton inside the slipstream though. Will he be able to find the room and the extra pace to get him in the break? There's a blue flag ahead of them as well. Tristan Jones has liked the stream. Thank you very much, Tristan. The race lead. Well, Jono keeps it, and he might be able to use some of these back markers to help him sort of bridge that gap if he can get around one, and then Keaton has trouble where there's nowhere for them to move over. It's going to be hard at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, they also need to just be a little bit patient and not get tripped up. Oh,
they both got through. Got more. It's Hemick. Oh, geez. That was not surprising that's happened.
Oh, that was lucky. I think he just got away with that.
And I'd have to say that was Jono Stan being a little bit too overtake happy, if anything.
That's what I just said. You just got to be a little bit patient. It's the top of the mountain. You can't just be pushing your way through like that.
So he's lucky he didn't actually wreck.
Wow.
Banana's race too badly there, because they sort of recovered. But yeah, that was a great example of how not to be the leader and use blue flags. Keaton still can't squeeze it past.
I'm not saying this is the case here with Jono, because I don't really know him, but sometimes these leaders, I just think, just because the blue flags are there, they've got the right of way. It's not necessarily like that, guys.
It's not. Yeah, it is one of those things.
Herbie went bananas on banana.
That's a good one, Eddie.
Like you don't do that through Skyline into the dipper, no way.
No, that was risky.
Now that was the mother of send-its.
Indeed. He's not ahead anymore though, because Keaton leads. Chista, he's doing really well up to third right now. He's holding off his Viper Z and last year's champion XLX Y90. He's only 5th place right now.
Yeah, I think he's still in it though, because he's on a different strategy to the leaders, so I think the others will come back to him. He's only 11 seconds behind at the moment. What's his fuel at, Josh?
XL's fuel. Halfway.
Okay, so alright now, so he's just plodding along. This is his long stint, obviously, because I think he filled right up, so
I think he did.
oh no. Banana's just copping it from left, right and centre. He's thinking, where are these cars coming from?
There it was. Keaton's grown.
Kiketso.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Zed. He's got Autista. I think he got it down the straight, actually. He did. Have a look at this. That Supra flying along. Got side on with the Ferrari. But he was ahead before he had to hit the heavy brake zone. So Zed made that one look easy.
Jono, next on the target.
Almost an hour down now, which is insane that we've almost raced that far.
Yeah, well, I said to you I was just going to be in and out a bit, and the missus hasn't called for me yet, so I've been kind of stuck here. It's been a great race so far.
It's been a good little battle, and I still really don't know who's going to finish on the podiums just yet. And whether or not Keaton's going to stay in the lead. It looks a little... You'd have to say he's the favourite at this point, but anything can happen, especially with an hour to go.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. I think Keaton's probably the favourite right now, and he has been from the start. Zed's his number one opponent, although Jono's kind of just stepped in between them there. And I think if I had to pick an outsider an hour out, I'd have to put the money on Excel as the outsider. Last year's winner.
He was last year's winner. Bert starting to put some pressure on Norm now as the battle for the midfield heats up here at the halfway mark. No worries, Colin. But thanks for popping in and saying hello. It's been good to talk to some of you guys in the chat. Bert, though, in the exact same car that a few of the drivers around the AMG are using, but he's got a Jaguar F-Type ahead of him. And Bert made that livery too, so he's quite talented in the workshop, it would seem. It's a pretty interesting livery, actually. In goes Norm. So, looks like soft tyres are at the end of their life there more than anything else. So you can see, yeah, soft tyres weren't all the way done. Just wanted new tyres though. We'll come out behind Gabbo. So again, the midfield starts to condense. These two guys from FNL1 going at it, 14th and 13th. Ming tries to chuck it up the inside. But they're going to have to get out of the way very shortly because some faster ones are coming through. Ming wants to get the overtake sorted. Oh, they've just tagged each other. Bert's going to hold him. They're going to be held up as they race up the mountain. Oh, he's been tagged into the wall. Not what Ming will want. Chook took no prisoners there. Lights start to flash.
Bert's just lucky he didn't get caught up in that.
Yeah, Bert did the right thing. He backed off. He was looking for the right moment to pass. At McPhillamy, he's eager to get through. He gets it done. Here comes Gabbo and Norm, 7th and 8th now. Ming's... They're just going to have to sit in behind Ming for a little bit extra long now. There's just no room here. Coming out of the elbow will be the next best spot that they'll be able to do it. Oh, we've seen people overtake there in real life and cause accidents. That was almost a mirror image of that event. But they got through. Gabbo and Norm now. It's a drag race. Running down the hill. Inside line for Norm. You'd think he's the favourite to get the overtake, and he does. He converts it. Oh, Ming, is he going to unlap himself here? He's sticking with them.
That would be silly. No, I think the other two just were, they were having their own race, so they didn't get the best drive out of Forrest. So Ming had the best drive out of all three cars there. So it'd be wise to just follow them through if you can. Just keep them as a marker.
Excel's in. Where does he come out? He's going to come out just in front of the back marker and beside him. Right beside him.
3/4 of fuel.
A few of the other boys in behind. He's trying to use that slipstream. Flashing those lights as well. Things are getting very serious in the mid-order. Excel gets past. His next target ahead. He's locked on. It's Gabbo and Norm. So things, I'm really excited to see how this one plays out now. Because the run to the end is going to be quite an interesting story. And whether or not Excel's got the pace and some tricks in hand to get himself up the front, well, we'll find out in about an hour's time. Keaton's got a 6.6 second lead on John O'Stan. This guy's flying in the McLaren.
He's opening it up, isn't he?
This is John O'Stan. He's got a 2 second lead on Zed. And then back to Autista, who sort of in no man's land in 4th at the moment, but he'll be happy that he's not being pressured. He can run his own pace for a little bit. Norm's got Chook to get through, but he has to get there first. The Jaguar inside. He's using the indicator to let him know to go through. So Chook's... what has he done there?
Saved it.
What has he done there? That was a huge wobble, a death wobble if I'd ever seen one.
I think he tapped the grass, did he? Just caught a little bit of the grass and back in and went woohoo!
We'll have to get a quick replay of it. As these guys come through, Zed's in the pits. They might get ahead of him here. Let's have to wait and see where Zed pops out. Zed's already popped out in 3rd.
Oh no, he's well ahead.
And then there's Autista in 4th. You can see, look at this, the train. Extra carriage is being tagged on every lap. Well, this was Norm's death wobble.
He just caught that curb and I think he just unbalanced his car.
Yeah, the curbing sent him flying. He was so lucky not to lose control then. Could have been a very different story. But there he is in 5th.
Bushchook's running around at the back of the pack there with Mingpan, but they've been in a lot of thick of the action there, haven't they? With the guys coming through.
They have now since the overtakes have started happening and the blue flags have been put out. Saints has done well. We haven't seen much of him today, but he's held 12th well. Little Mac in 11th from Black Dragon Racing Team. There's DNA Hoodie, who's inside the top 10. Catch has fallen off a little bit, so I don't know if he's had a few incidents. So now it's Bert's turn to get through some traffic. The Ming lets him through. Jono stands in.
Bloodbath, yeah, we've had a couple of crashes early on, but surprisingly, everyone that started the race is still in.
Well, I'm gonna try and get you guys some of those highlights. So bear with me. I'll try something a little bit different while it's an endurance race. So give you guys a bit of an update that haven't been here from the very beginning.
Oh, Zed's on Jono here coming up into turn 2. Yep, he's got him. That was Jono come out of the pit, so that's 2nd and 3rd.
Let's have a look. I didn't see it. It was a good little overtake. I'll be happy with that one. Now, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. It's busy again.
Yeah, now Autista, is he going to have a go on Jono? Jono just come out of the pit, so he's got on the colder tyres and full of fuel. If he filled up.
Your view of the action is just going to go dark for a second, Aussie, so...
Oh, well, I'll take this opportunity. I'm just going to duck up to the house and I'll be back, alright?
Alrighty.
Give me about 10 minutes. I'll just mute myself here.
Alrighty. We're right on board. We're right on board with Jono Stant. Oh, look at that. Bit of a tag. Oh, what's he done there? He's got through there. And here comes Autista making the most of the opportunity that's been presented to him. The run was blocked. Jono's onto the grass. Zed, he's on the curb side. Doesn't want to touch that curb the way we saw Norm do it. Jono on the brakes. But still, it's still Zed who stays ahead, and Autista, even though he had a good run, there was just nowhere for him to move. And still the action continues. This one's getting very, very interesting now. Let's have a look. Let's see how this happened. It was at the elbow as they came down. Just he just chucked him, squeezed him into the wall. And Autista was like, thank you, but could not find any room. And then there came the Toyota of Zed to block his the other side. So that's where they've stayed now. This is Autista. We're right on board with him. Turn your sound up. And I'll be right back, hopefully, with some highlights in at the end of the lap. Seems to be a close little battle in this part of the world. Right now, second and third and fourth are not separated by a hell of a lot at all. But welcome along if you are new here. Good to have you along with us. This is the Bathurst 120 as Zed tries to put the pressure on Zed. So Stan tries to put the pressure on Zed. You can't quite have the, he doesn't quite have the top end to get around. Autista's sticking with them. That's his opportunity. I think he's going to steal third place, and he does. So a little bit of a mistake from Zed has caused him to lose one spot. Oh, massive brown pants moment. Don't know what Banana Hammock is just gotten off the chat. I don't know if he was pushed off there. Let's have a look. I don't know if who's ahead of him. It was Little Mac. It's not like Little Mac to do things like that. I don't know if he was involved in it all any there. We'll have to find out later. Keaton, the race leader, into the pits. Jono Stan's built the gap over Autista and Zed. But right now, we're just waiting to see what is the next course of action for the top three. Viper Zed searching for a way past, or does Autista have to take to the pit lane? Keaton's in there now. Autista, he got inside, didn't have the extra pace though, he's just let Zed through. This is XL, he's starting his charge. And Gabbo is in. Keaton back out in the lead. Very interesting. Well, we've got us, well, this race, before this race heats up too much, let's try and get you some of the highlights that have happened through this one. Deldo, he's on a bit of a charge. He's stuck in behind Burt right now. And XL is the defending champion, winning it in 2019. He's going to want it. He's here to try and make it two from two. He's got quite a task ahead of him. He's got the gap built behind, but it's Burt right now holding him up. Oh no! How did he squeeze it in there at McPhillamy?
Oh no! That's brave going through there like that.
Zelda, great little move there. Probably going to see the race leader pop out ahead of him. Oh, and they're right side by side. This is insane. Different strategy from XL means he might take the race lead here. This is
Oh, now here we go into turn 2. I mean, XL's got the hotter tyres. Well done.
He's done it. XL's taken the lead of this race. And Keaton, who went in for fuel and tyres, he's probably... So these are just the highlights, everybody. Unity. Here we go. This one's starting to hype up. Right up behind Autista. He's from the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club. He's looking for a way through.
Just be patient, son. Be patient.
Jono's in the top splits in Australia for the FIA events. He'll
got that done.
Good little overtake.
Oh, nearly got his nose chopped there.
He'll take it. Yeah, I know they've got their own set BOP, but yeah, I'm just not good at figuring out those numbers. I don't know. It seems like
leave yourself open to dramas and arguments too, with guys saying, you know, I was ripped off if you don't get it right.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'd make mistakes.
Oh, here we go. Keaton's really up his. Oh. Well, to hold on to it there, XL.
That was a very close race. This is Norm. As you can see, they're slipstreaming each other. They're not really catching up to each other down the straight. He's had to sort of park the car in the middle there. Keaton tries to go around, bit of a tap.
That was close. That was well done, both drivers.
He's getting very, very busy. Somehow Keaton's come out ahead. Well done.
Well, I have to admit, I mean, they could have both ended up in the kitty litter there.
Just a small touch. And then we came around. He was on the outside line and he had the pace. That wasn't very smart, I must admit. He's now stuck going the wrong way. He will take a bit of damage from that, light damage, so his car's going to be down on power for about half the lap. Mechanical, if it was heavy damage, he would have had to come into pit, but the light damage, he'll be penalised for the accident. And right at the back of the grid, let's just double check how that unfolded for him. This was his onboard. Oh, that clip didn't work.
2 a.m. in the morning, and here he is fanging around Bathurst.
Yeah, and he's been asking me since the start of the year, because we did this event in February last year. He said, when you're doing the 120 again, I want to know. So he's been a dedicated supporter of Demo 1 for a long, long time. And he's definitely been practicing that in those years, because he's keeping it with the best. And there's an overtake just in behind. XL moving forward. He got it done. Yeah. And that is, they're the race highlights for the first hour. We've got 49 minutes to go, so welcome back to this one. Live action here from the mountain. And let's get you an update with the field as they stand with 49 minutes to go. It's Keaton in the lead with Jono Stan in second. Third place is Zed, and Autista still right in behind him. He is not giving him any room to manoeuvre. XL's got 5th place, and then it's Norm, and there's Bert just in behind. He's not far away from attack mode, and then there's Catch in 8th. He's got Gabbo just sitting off his aft, and then position behind him is Hoodie from DNA. Little Max inside the pit lane here, getting a fuel top up. Push Chook, he's a back marker, along with AB Saints, Ming, and Banana Hammock. So the full grid's still here, but it's still this man Keaton, who no one's been able to catch. And don't forget, if you haven't already, you can join up on the FNL1 Discord, where I am on Demo 1. FNL1 is the race team that we've partnered with. So everything is there, including everything we post. updates, invites to races, and if you're a bit of a fan of Demo 1 and you want to see what I do when I'm not commentating or sitting behind doing an FIA event, join the Discord. You can get I'll be streaming things on Discord that I normally wouldn't stream out on the normal social channels. So it's a good place to watch, sit and chat, and get on voice chat if you'd like, or just sit in the text chat. It's up to you. But if you're going to start using the Discord streaming, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'd like to stream, and what a better place to do it than on the Discord. And like I said, first access to events, invites to events. You get priority with everything as long as you're part of the Discord. It's definitely worth joining up. And Discord, it's free. You've got it on your phone, on your computer. You don't have to download the app if you don't want to, but it is a great little tool to have once you understand how it works. So this race, we've done 36 laps. We're in the final hour. And right now, we're just waiting to see how these strategies sort of unfold in front of our eyes. There are a few gaps forming in the field, but we were expecting that to happen. But trust me, when everybody comes into their final pit stop on that final rotation, everything will start to condense again, because everybody, pretty much all the way through this field, is so tightly matched in ability and outright pace. So it's still anyone's race right now. Bautista will take third. Viper Z is inside the pit lane. And I think Excel's continued on too, so he's racing for the win. He did win last year. Excel, Norm, he'll be racing this man Z. I think Z's going to pop out before Norm will get there. He does. So Norm sees him exit the pit lane and he'll give chase. Bert is inside the pits himself. So a few of the drivers now need to top up their go juice. Yeah, the back markers. Well, that's endurance racing. Ender is back markers will slow the faster guys up, but that is part and parcel of the endurance category. You've all got to work together. While you do have priority on track being the faster driver, we all know you still got to make it a clean pass, because the faster driver can be blamed for causing an accident. And you can see this four, like I said, look how much closer they are together now. This is what's going to happen up the front as well. So this one still has a huge story to tell. Then Bautista, has he built enough gap? Excel's charging forward. Zed's on a new set of tyres. Norm is the same. Catch leads this field of four. And if anyone wants the link on Twitch or Facebook, just hit me up in the chat. I will send it your way. But it's also on our YouTube and Facebook descriptions, the Discord link. And I'll actually have to add it to the website at demo1garage.com as well, where I try to keep everybody up to date with everything happening in the world of esports, in the professional world as well. Try to give you guys highlights and clips of everything happening. Bautista's come out in 4th place, just ahead of Norm. Excel's popped out as well in 6th place. Norm drag racing with the Ferrari, but I think that F-Type's got the top speed over the 458. And into corner 2, he does have the lead. It's now up to Excel to see if he can catch up. He's got a lot of work ahead of him, climbing the mountain now on lap 38. There's our web address for you, demo1garage.com. And we do heaps of different events here. Twitter. Oh, sorry, we go live every time on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Mixer. And you can keep up to date on Twitter as well, as long as our Facebook and Instagram. So it's a good place for all that stuff. This is 5th and 4th right now. The battle continues. Bautista down those straights. That Ferrari's going to have a bit of an edge. He's got 7 gears to utilise as well. He tries to tuck it up the inside. The door's shut by Norm, and Excel's really pushing hard. Bautista flashing the lights there. I don't know if he was unhappy with the move, but everybody came out safe. Side by side with Excel. Oh, against the back end out there. That's not surprising. That Ferrari is very tail happy at times. Excel into turn number 1. No, that's not going to work there. He backs out of it. Clean decision from Excel. He's working at it hard though. Bautista's parked the Ferrari in the middle of the road. Tried to slow down the advance of Excel, but he found room and made that work. So looks like this Jaguar F-Type is quite a beast. Scraping the wall slightly. You can see they're starting to build a nice little buffer between him and the Ferrari of Bautista. Third place is Zed. He's just up the road by 5 seconds. And Jono Stan holds second. Norm and XL in the same car, in the same league. Like I said, they all know each other very well, but they're not from the same country. Norm's from New Zealand. XL from Australia. And we're waiting now. Little Mac's not happy with something. Here comes Norman, XL. Drag racing. XL's really got some extra pace. He got a great exit out of the elbow, and that's catapulted him ahead for now, before the end of lap 39. Jono stands inside. He will take fuel. 7th, 8th and 9th. They're all close together. There's Hoodie in 11th. Looks like we've lost 2 drivers. I don't know when that happened. So 2 drivers are out of this one. But that's promoted some of the back markers a little bit. Like I said, the back markers do have a job to do as well, but so do the front drivers. You can see these guys now starting to catch Jono a little bit as they've got that extra pace from newer tyres, lighter car. Here's Bert and Catch. Just trying to see what happened with that. Oh, we've run out of replay. No! I have too many things on my Gran Turismo account. We've unfortunately run out of replays. Not sure what's happening now. Some of the guys seem to be getting a little bit upset. I'm not sure how they're driving and racing, but they're doing that. Tempers are starting to flare inside some of these cockpits as we run towards the end of this one. And like I said, I'm sorry, I don't have the replay. I've got too many photos and replays saved. I've used all the buffer, which is a big shame. I thought I had enough left because I went ahead and deleted a whole bunch of stuff That gap though for Keaton, massive, 30 seconds. 1.6 between him, Jono Stan and XL. The battle for second is definitely, truly on. Keaton definitely looks like to be the favourite. But it's really up to these guys now to push forward and get on that podium. Bautista just outside. He'll be able to smell it as well. He'll fancy a go, and he's definitely quick enough to be there. Just needs to pick up the pace a little bit in that Ferrari. Bert's holding 7th place well. Gabbo from TPRT is just in behind him. Looks like he's starting to pull in the yellow AMG Mercedes. Have a lap with Gabbo, and we'll be right back to commentate all the way to the end. Alrighty, commentary team's back. Let's get an update. Looks like Keaton will need to come in shortly as well for tyres. Oh, these guys going tail to tail, nose to nose, side on through 2. Stan, he gets flowed out wide, just sliding up against that that barricade. Right now, though, the race is on for second. It's definitely going to be between Zed, Jono Stan, and possibly XL. Maybe Norm as well, but I don't know if Norm's... looks like he's dropped off the pace a little bit. But everybody will be coming in for... Probably got about 2 more pit stops to go. Probably another fuel stop somewhere in there. Bautista, he's on the medium tyre right now, so that's why his pace is off that of those ahead. So I'm not sure if once he pits that's going to drop him back into 7th. But there's quite a big gap growing. There's Gabbo in 9th. It's definitely between these two though at the front. This is going to be quite an interesting race to the end. One of the drivers we lost was Little Mac. That's a shame. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to Little Mac on the mountain there, but I don't think something happened. I think we'll have to might have to investigate the situation after the race. Unfortunately, I don't have replay function left. I used up all my buffer. It's a shame though, I've got plenty of room on the hard drive. I don't know why Gran Turismo Sport limits itself to a certain amount, but that's what it does. Look at that, Zed's he's darting left, he's darting right, he's looking for a way past. Again, up into the second turn. Just nowhere for him to go. Really interested to see someone will make a mistake amongst these, and I just don't know who it's going to be. But Keaton, though, definitely is easily the favourite as we sit here today.
Hey Josh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
But the streaming Discord is kind of not working at the moment, so I'll have to go to...
Oh, don't worry, I'll fix it. Yeah, it's really easy to stream on Discord. Oh no, it looks like it is having issues. You might have to go to Mixer. Something's happened. Can you hear me? I don't know. It looks like Discord sort of crashed midway through. It's an odd one. I don't want to crash the computer. But like I said, if you haven't already, don't forget to join the Discord. It's a good way to get involved. And I will be doing some exclusive streaming on the Discord channel. Things I normally wouldn't put online, but things I still want to share and talk about, and just streams that don't necessarily need to have a video at the end of the day. Sorry, Aussie, the Discord dropped out. So, yeah, you can watch. Should be back on Discord. You can even watch this stream right now on the Discord if that's how you'd like to watch us.
Yes, it's back.
Well, Daniel, trust me, in my first 12 months of commentating, things used to go wrong all the time. But I've been doing it so long now, almost 2 years, that I think it's just a procedure for me now. But you're right, things do go wrong all the time. I'm surprised that nothing's crashed on me today, actually. Cross fingers, touch wood, that doesn't happen. 28 minutes to go. But yeah, streaming sometimes nothing goes right. We had a delay start, but apart from that, it's been pretty smooth.
Yeah, and I think it just means hopefully you're not putting the curse on Keaton, commentator's curse.
Oh, that curse as well. Where is Keaton? He's come into the pits, taken half a tank of fuel. He's on the softer tyre, and he's going to be able to increase that lead now. Jono Stan's got a nice lead on Zed, because everyone's jumped into the pits at different stages.
So this anything interesting?
This is going to be probably the slowest part to watch, but I think the last final 15 or so minutes, when all the pit stops are done, everybody's running to the end. That's when all the field's going to close up again. It's really weird how racing does that, but that's what it's going to do. As you can see,
the coming together of all strategies.
It will be. You can see the field is very, very highly spread. Chook's up to 11th. Banana's up to 13th because we lost two drivers.
Oh, we lost two when it was away, did I? Who did we lose?
I think they got a bit upset with either being the back marker and getting knocked. There was some talk going on. I haven't been able to figure it out, but because I lost the replay function.
Oh,
Because on GT Sport, it only buffers up so much content. And for some reason, it doesn't delete the last 20 replays I buffered, so that's counted as space until I do another race. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than other spectator modes out there.
so
Blood says he's not sitting at home chanting crash, crash, crash.
Michael Clark got kicked to the lobby. Who was Michael Clark? Was he in the race? Obviously.
I'm not sure. Where'd you see that?
In the chat. It says Michael Clark, I got kicked to the lobby.
Oh.
He was kicked from the race, yeah. Which driver was he?
What's your PSN, Michael? I don't know everyone's PSN to real names yet.
There was a game glitch obviously there, was it? Little Mac, oh yeah.
Oh, you got kicked. Why'd you? I didn't kick you. That's weird. I thought there was people charging through the back markers and knocking them and crashing them. That's what I thought. That's why I wanted the replay, but I lost it.
So unfortunately you're not able to clear that buffer to give us more replays, no?
No, we have to exit the race and then delete stuff.
That's annoying.
It is annoying. I don't know why they did it the way they did it, because there's still heaps of room on my hard drive, but the game itself limits itself to like so many, and that includes all your replays and pictures that you take. So.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I think everyone does it. Must be a console thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It is annoying because you're like, I've still got 20 gigabytes free on my hard drive or something like.
Jono in the pits.
He is. Well, Little Mac, I'm sorry you got kicked. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that's very annoying, Little Mac, when that happens.
Because you were doing all right. So Zed will inherit third, or Zed second. Jono Stan just out ahead of them. 1.3 the gap.
Zed seems to have just fallen off the pace a bit, hasn't he? Like he hasn't caught up as much as I thought he might.
No, he's I think he's been in a battle with Jono Stan and probably XL. So I don't know if that sort of slowed him down, but I don't know if he's doing some fuel conservation towards the end here to avoid having the pit again. Just get an update of their situation. So he's got half a tank. Jono Stan's got just over. So yeah, there might be some fuel. Might have turned the engine power down just a little bit. But interesting. XL's got even less fuel.
We'll definitely probably need to pit. We've still got 24 minutes to go in the race, so.
Hard tyres now for Autista. So he's decided to use.
No fuel, so he'll be coming in.
I don't know, is he going to run one lap or a couple of laps? Bert just came out and he's on the mediums. So these guys deciding to use the slower compounds towards the end of this one. Nige saying the limit is a gigabyte per game. That's why? Do you know why that is, Nige? That seems such a small amount, especially in this day and age when everything's got photo modes and replays and stuff. Seems like a very small amount to give. Oh yes, Ryan, I saw the package. Thank you. I'll have to watch it after today's race. Zed though, he is starting to pull in Stan a little bit. Let's have a look.
That sounds like you're doing some drug deals on the side there, buddy.
It's just a video. It does sound like that though. Whoa, well, last lap there, 158 from Jono Stan.
158, wow.
Michael Clark, thank you. Thank you, Little Mac.
See, before he followed, like your stream, you want to make sure that you didn't kick him out.
No, I definitely didn't kick anyone. Enjoy my purchase.
Is that more drug deals?
What are you going on about, Ryan? Should I be excited or a little bit worried?
Anyway, back to the race. Zed chasing down Jono here, and Jono sounds like on fire with that 158. Like, that's flying around Bathurst.
It is. I'm trying to see what his next lap time is. The gap between him and Zed, just about a second. The lead to Keaton, though, 32. He's an alien and a half. Just out of this world pace. And they've convinced him to finally try and get to the world finals this year, I think, with GT Sport. So we might see Keaton go to one of those at some point, representing Australia. Let's have a look. Jono stands about to come across the start-finish line. Zed's still with him. And we want to see a bit of an update. 2 minutes then, that lap time.
Are you sure Jono did a 158? Because Keaton's the fastest lap there, still 2 minutes.
Oh, it might have been an outlap.
Okay,
That I didn't realise. I counted an outlap, but it did say 158.
Well, that's in the pits and you get a shorter time. So it's an advantage to pit every lap.
Yeah, exactly. Bautista in. Getting around those hards. He's going to probably fall through. Where's Bert? There he is, coming down the start, finish straight. And Catch is coming in too. So, yeah, some of the final stops are going to happen now. And fuel.
What have we got? 20 minutes to go. Yeah, at the end, yeah.
Well, I'd say motorsport is suitable for all ages there, Notch. I don't know if what your channel though. Your channel on YouTube apparently has a secret rating. I don't know what that is, but if you're interested, 0% of my audience is between the ages of like 13 and 18. So you're all a lot older, I've noticed. So I definitely don't have a young audience here. Yeah, 13 to 17, 0%. So they just, which is odd. But looks like the older guys like the motorsport. Let's go on board with Keaton. Inside. This is a lap with Keaton. Super consistent. Super pacey in the 650S. It's a pity this game can't be used in VR online. But you can see just how much detail they put into a PlayStation game as we look around the cockpit.
Well, you can just see the confidence he's got.
Yeah, he's absolutely flonging it over the top of the mountain. That's how you get those quick times. On the power, super early too through the elbow.
Yeah. We need to get Keaton into the ACC league, Josh.
I'm not sure if he has a computer.
Keaton, that's a call out to you if you watch this back.
Super
Nice.
smooth on the brakes. Input's nice and smooth. Dog stole my car. Well, our Discord is full of Kiwis and Australians. More Australians than New Zealanders, but definitely ours, man.
We are an Aussie Discord, yeah.
We do have international users too, but there's a big majority from Australia. Where are you watching from, Dog? What, your Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook? I'll link it in the right chat. You're on Twitch.
We're very active as well, and all of our races are always Aussie times.
That's right. Excel's up to third. Zed's giving chase now. Norm's dropped off a little bit, so interesting to see what happens in the midfield.
So what's the pit stop situations with the top 2 or 3 there?
I think they're all done. I'll get it in just a sec.
Yeah, all good, Matt. That's what we want. Oz New Zealand just helps a lot with the pings between the racing, because sometimes when we're racing with overseas people, the net code gets really annoying and you can't race wheel to wheel. So the more we get into our races from this region, the better it is for everybody.
That's right.
Although I have to admit, watching this GT Sport race here today seems pretty good. They've got their server sorted out, not too bad by the looks of it.
Yeah, and I'm hosting too, so which is crazy to think, because I'm hosting and streaming.
USA.
Yeah. There you go. Discord. I linked it in Twitch twice, but just so you don't miss it. Yeah, sim racing's clearly a universal, a global sport, but it does help to have a group that are from the same area. But yeah, the GT Sport's not too bad. I'm hosting it today. We've got guys from the States and Australia and some Europe, and it's working pretty good. And I'm streaming too. Excel's in.
Nah, Dog, we've been going for over a year now, and we've been slowly growing, and we're on a lot of platforms. We've got, GT Sport, F1 2019, we've got ACC on PC, iRacing. Jump in, man.
And yeah, the F1, you can represent the F101 team if you'd like, and here on Demo 1 we do the broadcasting along with F101, so we work together.
Under 15 minutes to go, guys.
And thanks to everyone that is sitting here watching now in the rundown to the end of this one. Guarantee it's going to be a very interesting conclusion between, definitely for second and third. I don't know where these are going to sit out, so let's have a look where everybody's fuel tyre situation sits at. Jono Stan with 13 minutes to go. I don't know if he's going to need one more stop and just a top up of fuel. Viper Z, he should be good to the end. The final 15 minutes is what. If you pit now, I'm pretty sure you'll make it. Norm needs to come in again, because that fuel tank's getting low and those tyres are used.
Yeah, he's definitely coming in.
XL doesn't. So you can see XL's got half a tank, and he just came out, so you need at least that much. This is Autista. He might make it on the Ferrari. The fuel consumption isn't always equal amongst the cars. Bert looks good, and looks like he's starting to be challenged now by Catch. They seem to be on the run to the end now. Gabbo, same situation for him in the BMW. This is Hoodie. He's well good, but I think he might need tyres. Chook will need to get fuel and tyres. So will Saints. And Banana Hammock. He looks like he's coming in.
Looks like he's got plenty of fuel and tyres too. What's he coming in for, I wonder?
Just tyres, I think. Don't think he's going to need fuel. Oh, he's taking fuel. Okay, so maybe... How much fuel does he take? 100%. So maybe you do need a full tank.
Well, he might just have something not right on his pit stop strategy set up, because there's only 12 minutes to go now, so...
Maybe. Anyway, we'll see what happens. That might have been a miscalculation, but we'll see what happens when these front runners pit, because they will definitely have it covered. You see the gaps there, but some of them need to come in, some of them don't. I'm really keen to see where they fall out of this one. Burt and Catch, though. This is the duo right now who will need to duke it out. 10 minutes to go. Catch is there. And it's all up to the driver, because they've got the exact same car, same tune, same BOP. So it's all about ability. Yeah, Bert, Dog saying no Aussie Discords on Reddit. I'll have to post it more on Reddit. What Reddits do you usually frequent, Dog? The sim racing one or iRacing one? No, there's a few different ones. But interestingly, I think about this isn't just sim racing, but esports as a whole. If you're an esports fan, about 42 to 46% of esport fans use Reddit. So there's a lot of people on Reddit that like esport, and that would have to include sim racing.
I have to admit, I'm not one of those people, because I've got the Reddit app, but I've just, it becomes a habit. I've just never had a habit of frequenting Reddit. I just got to maybe start trying to do it more consciously.
Great little overtake from Catch. He just slots it up the inside. And it was a smooth one. Now Bert's on the back foot, and it'll be Catch's turn to defend. Jono, 9 second over this man, Viper Z. 11 seconds back is XL, the defending champion. I really don't think he's going to make it a back-to-back win.
No, not this close to the end now, 9 minutes away, and I'm actually a little bit surprised at how spread out the front three ended up.
Yeah, they
were going to be a lot closer to... Oh, he's coming back at him there.
Yeah, Bert's not giving up.
Nice move, yeah.
Good little fight-back move from Bert. And that is the kind of situation we're at now. They're so equally matched. Looks like Catch might be a little bit slower over the top. So Bert needs
coming up to back markers now. Now you got to be careful.
Now we've lost Ming. So it was Ming and Little Mac that must have dropped down. I don't know why. Yeah, right. Well, I didn't realise there was such a low call of situation for Discords from Australia, but I have to get the word out a bit better.
That might have to be something that Josh and I take advantage of.
Viper Z gets out just ahead of Jono Stan now, so this one will come down to the line with 8 minutes to go. Catch.
Well, there was a splash and dash needed, eh?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Catch. He got caught out big time.
And look at that, Keaton's put in a 59.8.
Keaton's on the charge. There he is in that McLaren. Zed sticking ahead of Jono Stan now as we run towards the end of it. XL, he's back 10 seconds. Norm's back even further. Altista's back in 6th. Catch did get ahead because Bert didn't have to take a splash and dash. But back markers there with Jono. He's had
through the dipper.
He's had history. I mean, they are right. Oh, you can't do that, Jono.
He is very impatient, isn't he, with back markers?
I will might have to penalise that.
for Jono, because that's not the kind of racing I like to promote. Just all he needed to do then was just to wait until the elbow.
One corner, and he would have got a good run down here. And
I know he's fighting for second and third, but that's endurance racing. Like I was talking about before, the part of it, even if you're the faster guy, is your ability to pass cleanly through the back markers. That's why I didn't ghost the back markers today. But yeah, that's twice we've seen Jono do that. You know, he probably didn't mean it, but still.
See, I get it. What's probably happening is, I mean, obviously the back markers are probably 2-3 seconds a lap slower than Jono there, and they're probably braking a lot earlier than where he normally does too. But that's part of the skill of racing and being at the front. You got to pace yourself according to the car in front.
Especially endurance racing. Like multi-class races, that's going to happen. Like an LMP1 can brake a lot later than what a GTE or
correct, yeah.
a TCR car can.
He braked so early and caught me out. That's my number one hate excuse, because that's bad luck. You got to brake according to the car in front of you.
We will. We'll hear the case. We'll have to hear the case at the end.
There we go.
Enco, but I mean, yeah, it's not what I promote. But there is a very close situation here between the two of them. 5 minutes to go, so they've probably got 2 laps. Where's Keaton amongst it? He's just coming down. So Jono stand right on the back bumper of that Toyota. And he got a great exit through the elbow.
He did, didn't he? Yes. And he needed all of it too, I tell you.
He's trying to catch back up. He's got the slipstream. But that's what Zed needs to do next lap too.
Cover the inside, Zed.
He's going to shut the door, run wide. Side by side. It's like they're glued together through that corner. Synchronised driving as such. Jono gets back ahead.
Racing, yes.
So he's obviously capable of giving room. But I can understand... Because I understand his situation. He wanted to get through quickly, but yeah, it is part and parcel of endurance racing. So he's got back second place. Just waiting to see where the rest of them are. Excel's down in there in 4th, and Norm in the other Jaguar in 5th. The gap between them 9 seconds, so I don't think that's going to change. This is Autista in the 458. It's Catch and Gabbo, so things are getting heated up now in the midfield. Gabbo on a bit of a comeback.
So we've got a battle happening for the last place on the podium, between 2nd and 3rd, and then we got her battle just as close happening for 7th and 8th.
It's good to see. So after almost 2 hours of racing, some of these drivers can't be separated by much at all. These two by a 10th into the braking zone. It's not a very good corner to overtake, so Gabbo backs out of it, and almost a big mistake from Catch in the green machine ahead of him.
I'll take this opportunity to remind everyone watching there too that on the 12th of April we're doing a 100% F1 race. So if you guys are on F1 2019, you're more than welcome to join in. I think that last count Josh was saying we've got 6 or 7 drivers already signed up. So
I've got last I checked it was 12. So
there you go. So we've got 8 spots left.
It could even be less after today. So yeah, don't dilly dally, because it's first in best dressed. We will be taking reserves, but so do get your name down if you really want to get in. And if we can fill 2 grids, we'll fill 2 grids. But
yeah, so just keep signing up, guys. It's on Easter Sunday. It'll be during the daytime. So with all this, self-isolation and quarantines going on, what else are you going to do?
Exactly. Jono Stan's built the gap over Zed, so don't think comebacks on for him there. Keaton well ahead of everybody. It's Catch and Gabbo though that we now need to figure out. Ilzano Sharky's following. Thank you very much, Ilzano. And thank you to all the new people that have decided to join us today. It's been awesome to have you along. Don't forget.
Keegan's about to start his last lap, isn't he? So, or does it go one extra lap, Josh, when the time runs out?
Stephen Nilsson sent 500 stars on Facebook. Thank you very much, Stephen, for that support there, bro. There's very much appreciated that. There's all sorts of ways you guys can support us. Just if you haven't already, you can make sure you hit that like button as well. That's one of the. It's a great way to do support if you like what we're doing here. But if you want to go that extra mile, stars on Facebook, super chats on YouTube, I think, and if Twitch or Mixer, there's a Streamlabs URL as well. I'll have to put that in my profiles. Catch and Gabbo though, still 1/10 separates them with a minute. This is Keaton, so this will be the last lap because the time will finish as he crosses the line. Jono's made 10 seconds on XL. Oh, XL's back to third, so he's managed to get around Viper Z at some point. So Zed's falling all the way through this order. Look at those tyres and fuel. That could be the reason why.
Oh, he's probably saving, trying to...
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, that was an incredible drift.
No, he's not going to make it to the end. One more lap, couldn't he squeeze it out?
Oh, it doesn't look like he could. XL looks like he's good. Yeah, that's all he needed was one more lap. How much fuel does he need to take? That's all it was.
I'm not sure about the fuel modes in this game, but could you not turn your engine down, just roll it out for one more lap?
He could have done that, but I think he wanted to at least consolidate fourth.
Well, I think it was a free pit stop anyway, that's why he probably chose to do that.
Could be. But that puts XL up onto the podium. Autista's taking the line first in sixth. It's Gabbo and Catch as soon as they cross the line. This is over for them. Gabbo.
Oh, Gabbo got him.
He did, right at the death. And welcome Artem 9-3 to team. Oh, Catch has gone round.
Catch goes over the start-finish line almost backwards.
In a crazy way to finish.
That was a pirouette for the finish.
It was. Put on a bit of a show. Burt comes through. Here comes Hoodie. Down in 10th place.
He wanted to make sure he was on the highlights reel, Catch.
Bit of a slide. Oh, Chook's having some troubles there.
He's had a tough day, old Chook.
Keaton's about to cross the line. He'll take first place and win the second annual Bathurst 120. A flawless run from Keaton. And,
very impressive.
You couldn't fault him today. Now Jono Stan, well, he will take second. We will probably have to talk after the race, but for now it's at least podium for him. He might have made a few more enemies today with the way he did some of the overtakes, but he's there in second in the Beetle. And then third place XL, he stayed ahead of Viper Z. Somehow Zed's caught him up. Because XL sort of, has he run out of fuel? Because he's going really slow. No, he's got fuel. But remember, Zed went into the pits, unless they're formation, doing a formation finish here, because they're all from Race on Oz.
Oh, okay.
There it is, third, fourth, fifth. Great little show of sportsmanship there amongst them. Chook got 11th. Saints is about to come get 12th. And Banana Hammock finished in 13th. We dropped 2 today, unfortunately. But what a race. And that was the second annual Bathurst 120 this year in 2020. Keaton 231 from Race on Oz takes the victory.
Well done, mate.
Well done indeed. Now, don't forget, we will have the ACC event tonight, 7:30 Sydney time.
We're in Zolder.
Is the first race, so 6:30 tonight in Brisbane. So we'll be streaming that. And if you want to join and see what ACC is all about, you're more than welcome. Don't forget to join the F101 Discord, where me, Josh, and Demo One, we're all together there with Aussie from F101. And yeah, thanks for keeping me company today. It's been good fun.
And that was a good race. That was, you know, sometimes you think 2 hours, well, that's a long race, but how quick did that go?
It did. It flew by. And yeah, like I said, don't forget, do join the Discord. There's plenty of drivers that you can utilise to organise events if you'd like to. We got plenty of events of our own that you can join up with. And if you're a fan of Demo One and the streaming, and you want to see more stuff that I do, I'll be doing more different things on Discord only. So make sure you are in the Discord for that. Just things, like I said, that wouldn't normally go on Facebook or YouTube. So that should be a bit of fun. Chad McDonald, welcome along. And thank you also to our 2 guys that donated today. It is it's been just an awesome show of support from you guys. So
thanks, Chris. See you later tonight. Yep, I'll be on track. I think we're going to have a fairly tight field tonight. With judging by practice yesterday, there was about less than half a second between 4 or 5 of us. So should be good racing tonight.
It would be. So yeah, thanks, Chris, for the donation. And on Facebook, I won't forget your name, Stephen Nielsen, obviously. Thank you for the 500 there, bro. You showed awesome support. And yeah, we'll be back later tonight. But that's it for the Bathurst 120. We'll be back next year with the GT Sport 3rd annual edition. But keep an eye out for the first ACC or iRacing version of the Bathurst 120. But until then, have a great weekend. Look after yourself, stay safe, and enjoy sim racing. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, guys.